live in room 305. And we are not quiet. So as I was saying before, your number line is vertical, going up and down today. You need to write the number position at each point on the number line at the right. Remember last week we looked at our tick marks, okay? Here's my 0. All right, you see my 0, everybody? I'm going to put a little highlighty right there. My 0. Now, as you can see, do you see how there are multiple tick marks between 0 and 1? Remember last week we counted those, didn't we? Let's count them again, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's my denominator? 4. So if you are writing this as a fraction, are you going to do this with me or are you going to watch me? You going to do it today? Oh, okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, 4. So I know there are 4 tick marks between each whole number, which means that our fraction is out of 4. So I look at letter A. Here's my letter A. Letter A falls between which 2 integers? Somebody tell me that. What letter? Oh, yes, Darius Rucka. 1 and 0, or 0 and 1. So letter A. Does it equal 0? Does it equal 1? It's in between, right? Okay. So what was the denominator again, Darius Rucker? 4. It is 4. So I'm going to do like this, as are you. And so, Zachary, as you count from 0, count out loud. 1. So it falls at 3. So what is my position, guys? 3/4. Oh, I love it when I have participators. Oh my gosh, Zachary, I started to write Darius Rucker, but we all know it's you. It's okay. All right, so are there any questions about this expectation? So you are looking at this number line, determining what is the value, what is the position of each letter, and you're just writing the fraction or the mixed number, okay? The rational, got it? Okay. Look at number 9 through 16. This is where our fabulous calculators come in. Same number line. So our number line is dealing in what form? Say fractions.
Fractions.
Thank you. Thank you for saying fractions. And over here, I have 2.75. I need you to treat that calculator with kindness, please. 2.75. 2.75. Can you bring me one of those as well, Peyton, if you don't mind? Can you bring me one of those? Not this one, but that one. Yeah. I see we have a mix of both today. If you have this calculator right here today, please watch how I do this, and you do it with me. First, we turn it on. That's a great place to start. And we're going to clear. And I'm going to type 2.75. If you have this calculator right now, type 2.75 and hit enter. Okay? We need to convert 2 75/100ths to a fraction. So do you see my FD button right here? Everybody see that? Because you should all be using this calculator at home. Hit the FD button. And what happens? I got 2 75/100ths, but we can simplify that. So see my simp button? I'm going to hit simp equals, what do you think about that? I'm going to tell you guys right now, hear me out, because this is out of the fraction, out of fourths. You want to keep simplifying till you have 4 is my denominator. Does that make sense? You know if you get to that point that it is simplified. So what I'm going to do, watch what I do. I'm going to write 2 3/4 next to my number. This is not finished, though. Are you hearing me out, guys? This is not finished. We're dealing with fractions here. Okay, please be careful with your crumbs, as we do have a little mousy mouse who likes to make his way around. Holy heebie-jeebies, Alana. You have left a meal on your seat on the floor for a little critter. I'd like for you to take care of those. You can eat them, whatever. All right, now that I have 2 3/4, I'm going to come over to my number line. Remember, again, we are vertical. We're going to start where our 0 is. We have to plot letter S. Who can tell me where my letter S is going to go? Kai, give it a try. Okay, that rhymes.
You go to 2.
Yep. Well, E is 2 2/4. It is the one right above. Put a dot and S. That is beautiful. This is what I expect to see. Because I know you have it right. 1, you converted it to a mixed number or a fraction, okay? And then 2, you're coming over to your number line and you are plotting that point. Okay, numbers what? Oh, blessed day. You are right. Did she bring me one? Peyton, you didn't bring me one. I don't want yours. I feel like I'm at home. I asked the boys to bring me a bowl of whipped cream, and they didn't bring me whipped cream. They said, Mom, you don't need that. Is that how you felt, Peyton? I don't need my whipped cream? No. I like to eat whipped cream straight up in the bowl, you know? Yeah. OMG. All right. 2.75. So for my girl Kira, we're going to write 2.75. Enter. Okay. Then, do you see where it has the FD on top of my fraction button? We're going to hit second FD. It's a little bit different. And then do you see how it says it has that? I like this calculator because it tells me my arrow. Yes, dear. I can do that. It's that Marvel sweatshirt today, you know. Poor girl. I know. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I will send up a responsible person. I got to figure out which one is. But I will send them. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Can you take Whitley's things to the clinic? That I'm looking at. Yes, I know. I know. I think you're responsible. It's over there. It's behind Briley. Okay, guys. Do you see my arrow pointing down? Look at my arrow pointing down. Look at my arrow pointing down. The clinic. Can you hang on? Put that paper in her folder, inside her folder, and put the folder in her backpack, like a super great classmate that you are. And scurry on up to the clinic, okay? Guys, look right here. Do you see my arrow pointing down? That means I have to simplify. Hit the simp button. This is for my girl Kira, simp. And I got to do it again because my arrow says, girl, you're not done. And simp. And what do I also get? That's all right. Look at number 17. It says to plot -8 7/10 on your number line. Remember, my love bugs, and some of you are not even looking at your paper, and I don't know why. We count backward. So remember, if I count my tick marks, let's see how many tick marks I have. Everybody count with me. And 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So you should be able to find out where that 8.7 goes, right? Yeah. Lovely. All right. Next one. You have to draw a number line and plot -5/3. You can choose to turn it into a decimal and plot with 10 tick marks, or bless you. Or you can choose to do a number line, and then what would be the denominator? 3. So you could have how many tick marks between numbers? 3. Oh my gosh, Zozo, I love you. I'm putting you on my participator. Zozo Circus. You're so fabulous. Okay. Okay. Number 19 through 26. You are comparing these rational numbers. You have notes. Beautiful notes that I created for you and only you. And I made a beautiful, fun video. So if you, Ryland, I hope you can focus right here with me. If you were on the struggle bus and you're like, I don't know, these notes I gave you, the video, they are cash money. How's that? They are bad. How's that? Yeah. Yeah. They are the bomb diggity. All right. So they are on my roster of the best things in this class. How's that? Oh, Justice said you went too far. Not cool. Now, look right here. If you have a decimal and a fraction, I highly encourage you or almost practically require you to turn them into both a decimal or both a fraction. What is 7/10 as a decimal? What do you think? What do you think, Clo? 0.70. You know, you should be more confident because that was fabulous, fabulous work right there. Now, what do we know about positive and negative? What is always about what do we know? It was in my notes. Positives are always what? The negative. Huh? Who said it? What is it? What? I cannot hear you. I think you're right, and you just don't want to talk to me. What? Positive is lower than negative? Okay. Tell me. More. They're greater than. Say that. Thank you. So greater than. So please know that, but look at your notes. Number 27, 28, these are some little word problems. They're not meant to scare you. They're meant to challenge you. Number 27, thank you so much. Thank you. She's so great. This is for my costume next week. The map shows how deep archaeologists have dug at several excavation sites. Order the archaeological excavation sites from the least depth to the greatest, meaning the lowest to the highest. So do we have 4 of these? And OMG, Clo, there are some decimals, there are some fractions. Should you be converting to decimal or fractions? Say yes, Miss Collins.
Yes.
And do we know how to do that? Yes, because did we do it in our calculator twice last week, 2 days last week? Yes, we did. You are awesome sauce. Now here's the thing. Once you have your number line, because I know we talked about this, and you put your sites in order, archaeologists are excavating a new site E. On a number line, the depth of site E is between the depths of A and B. Miss Collins, okay, but it's okay, Zozo, it's okay. Put your points on the first number line, okay? Then Paulette, give me a possible depth of site E. There are so many answers, okay? Zoe got excited. Flip over. Oh, I thought you were excited about my class. Okay. Now, 29 through 31, you need to use this table over here on the right. We're going to do some of this together because track is quite the sport, my friends. Suppose you plot the lengths in the table on a number line. Which track member's long jump length would be represented by the point closest to but not equal to 0 on the number line? Who is closest to 0 on the number line? Oh, I'm not telling you. You can figure that out. But Miss Collins, I know. So I would draw a number line. OMG. Are you drawing a number line? Some of you aren't. I'm going to call this D for Delia. Okay. So you do that. Once you have plotted this, you can tell me who's closest to the number line and why. Number 30, though, Delia's relative long jump length was recorded as 0. What does that mean? There's some possible. What do you think, Gabe? I'm going to say maybe Delia didn't jump. Maybe she didn't jump. But relative, I hope you're writing this down, General. I'm not coming back to it. But relative, though, they said her relative long jump. What's another possibility? If they're comparing, what do you think, Kai? No? Maybe Delia's jump did not, you need to write this down, did not improve. Guys, I see some people just waiting to copy me. When I move on, I'm not coming back. This is not a I do, you copy me, because that's not how TCAP works. That's not how our unit tests work. Number 31, here's an argument. Which track members did not qualify for the state championship? And then construct an argument to explain how you know. So explain to me. Chloe, who do you think didn't make it? Who do you know for sure did not make it? What do you think, Lucas?
Shirley?
And? Who else? Shirley and. There's one more person. Nope. General? Teresa. I gotta write this down. Chloe, General, Kai, Justice, Lucas. Okay, Shirley and Teresa, and I'm gonna put slash like this because. That's what because, shortening it. Because usually, sometimes they say, here's the minimum length you have to jump in order to qualify for the next, for like regions, for state. Okay? So what do you think that means about Teresa and Shirley? What do you think, Chloe? Yes, because they did not, you should be writing this down, did not meet the minimum jump. To qualify. And then 32, it says make sense and persevere. They want you to listen carefully. Order these rational numbers from, this time, guys, greatest to least. And when they say explain, how do you know your order is correct? So if you just put them in order from greatest to least, but you don't tell me how you know that's correct, will that be correct? No. 33, Tyler says there are infinitely many rational numbers between 0 and 1. Do you agree with him? Now, this is not necessarily a right or wrong answer. You need to say whether or not you agree and then explain to me why. It needs to be rational. It can't just be because I think Tyler's a cool guy. You got to give me some real justifiable argument. It's like when you're at home with your parents and you're like, I would like to watch the slasher movie, Mom. You got to have a really good argument for me to let you watch the slasher movie in 6th grade. All right, number 34, which could be a value for M? First of all, we need to convert. So this is already a decimal, and this is a decimal, right? So I would convert -1/4 to a decimal, okay? And then I'd have to decide M. What could M be? All right? If this is a negative and this is a negative, what do you think M's probably going to be? A negative. Are there any two letters I can automatically cross out? Knowing with that rational thinking, what do you think, Ernesto? Yep, so cross out A and B because we know, okay, so that kind of, and that the thing about it, this is, because this is a TCAP question right here, being able to eliminate something from what you know, like you don't have to do the math that you know from my common sense from what you've learned, I can get rid of those. Do you see how it just already makes it a little bit easier? You got to figure out the rest. 35, which inequality represents the correct position of two numbers on a number line? Raise your hand if you're like, what are you talking about? Thank you for your honesty. All they want to know, they want you to choose which one of these is correct. Meaning, they're saying 6.5 is greater than 25/4. What could I do with 25/4 before I compare it? Okay. Yeah, I could divide and you'll get a decimal, right? So if you convert both to a decimal or both to a fraction with the same denominator, but I would go with decimal. Then can you compare better? Can you make a better? Yes. So that's what you're going to have to do, and only one of these is correct. Okay? All right, you do the rest of class, and you need to finish what's not finished for homework, but we've done quite a few together. So keep on keeping on. Yes, you can use your calculator. Yes, you can use your notes.
Yes.
Yep.
You're the best.
I try.